Sup nerds, my name is Josh Boucher, and in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to build a pretty basic AI agent. We are pretty much just going to connect ChatGPT to N8n, add some custom instructions, and that's basically going to be our AI agent. There's a pretty big difference between AI agents and AI automations. Automations are things that can fire on a schedule, for example, or anything else that can be automatic. For example, if you build an automation that just gets the day's weather forecast and then text it to you, you can build something like that without AI quite easily. And even larger automations that use AI aren't necessarily AI agents in and of themselves, although AI agents are specific components within them. And AI agents are kind of an interesting component of AI automations, specifically because they are so much more flexible than anything else you really have to play with. And that is a strength and also a weakness. It's a strength because it vastly improves the number of different problems you can solve when you're building automations, but it's also a weakness because you can get some kind of weird things if you don't know how to prompt it right, and also because of its API usage. That stands for Automated Programming Interface. It's actually a pretty new technology, although its origins do trace back to the 1940s and 50s, long before computers. So, kind of interesting. My point is, API usage almost always costs money. If you're just calling a certain endpoint without any AI use, there are a couple of free public services out there that you can use, but typically when you're using AI agents, the API is always going to cost per use. But that's enough messing around. In today's tutorial, we're going to be building a lead triage agent. So nothing too crazy, just something that you can copy and paste some info about a lead to, and then it'll score it, give you some suggestive replies, things like that. All right, copy paste and write a system for this lead triage agent. Okay, nothing too crazy. And while it's thinking about it, we are going to go into N8n and prep our workspace. Okay, let's hit create workflow. Now we're going to start this on a chat message. Now the cool thing about this is you can actually hit this toggle to make the chat publicly available, and then check this out. You'll get to see what this is for later, and we are just going to have an AI agent. Perfect. For chat model, we are going to use, I typically like OpenRouter because OpenRouter is a very interesting service. You can sign up, get an API key, and then for that one price, you can access all kinds of different models. You got OpenAI there, you got Claude there, you got Gemini, Llama, Mistral, Perplexity, all sorts of cool stuff. So you really get an unrivaled amount of flexibility when you're building your AI agents. So I typically default to OpenRouter when I'm building these things. But for now, I'm going to use an OpenAI one. Now you can see I've already got some credentials that I can use. I'm just going to go ahead and use that one. But if you wanted to get your own, that's pretty easy. Just go to platform.openai.com, and it kind of depends on whether it's going to log you in or not. It should log you in by default if you have a ChatGPT account. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to go to Dashboard and API Keys under Manage, and now you can see all the API keys you've made, and you can just hit Create New Secret Key. You do have to have payment information set up because this is a pay-as-you-go service. Most APIs are. You also need to be sure you're managing the API keys well. Most providers, such as OpenAI, are never going to let you see the API key again after the one time when you create the API key, which means the only way you're going to be able to access it again is if you copy and paste it somewhere safe, such as an API key manager. But that's enough messing around with that. I tend to default to ChatGPT 4.1 mini. It's a pretty good model all around, pretty cheap so you don't have to blow off a bunch of money on a task that doesn't really need that complex model. Let's give it some simple memory. Context window length. Let's go 10. That way it will remember the last 10 messages in that chat. We should be just about ready to go. Let's pop open this AI agent here, and we want to add a system message. This is a powerful part of your AI agent. This is akin to the system instructions of custom GPTs, the system prompt of agentive agents, that kind of thing. This is going to hold your AI agent's identity, their core instructions, the stuff that they should always, always, always follow. What it should do, what it should not do, what it is, everything. And look at that. We've got our system prompt here. All right, let's go ahead and throw a test in here just to see what it does. And look at that. Lead score 85. Stage hot, score rationale, clear urgent issue with walk-in freezer rising temperature, decision maker role with budget approval, and location and service area all indicate high likelihood for immediate service. Confidence 95%. This is good. We've got our contact name and contact info. Good. Location, Littleton, Colorado. Clarifying questions. Can you confirm the best time? Is there any access restriction besides the door code? These are good clarifying questions. And there we go. That's what we want. An SMS reply draft. Hi, Dan. We got your urgent freezer repair request for tonight. Can you confirm the best time for our tech to arrive? Reply stop to opt out. And we've also got a suggested reply as an email. Subject urgent freezer repair availability for tonight. Hi, Dan. Blah, 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 blah. And it's even got a list of our next action items. We want to create a lead in our CRM with an urgent flag. Offer earliest technician slots tonight via SMS. Prepare after hours service quote for up to 800 approval. Okay, awesome. Now, remember when I was showing you this chat URL earlier? Make chat publicly available. Well, we're going to use it now. We're going to copy it to our clipboard and then flip this to active. And now we are going to hit new tab, paste, go, and check this out. We have a chat interface with our own custom AI agent. Now, let's say we got a spam email and kind of just throw that in our inquiry and see what it does. Message is a generic spam SEO pitch with no genuine buying signals. Company growth rocket, no email or phone. Hi, Calvin. Thanks for reaching out. We're not interested in SEO services at this time. Reply stop to opt out. And we can also send them an email. Best regards, Josh from Blackfish AI. So it is a little quirky that it gives us all this as a JSON body rather than plain text. But, if we were building this AI agent as a part of a larger automation, that's exactly what I would want it to do, actually, because then we'd be able to take it apart and do different things with the different parts of its reply. That is always key when you're considering the value of AI agents as parts of larger automations. One last thing, you can also customize the initial message. That's pretty easy to do. If you go in here, you can see initial messages. Hi there, my name is Nathan. How can I assist you today? Same thing in our chat. Hi there, my name is Nathan. How can I assist you today? So really cool. But yeah, that's all I got to show you today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. And as always, if you're interested in learning to master N8n or having me build a custom automation for your business, hit the link in the description to set up a free one-on-one call with me and discover the possibilities. But with that, be sure to leave a like, share your thoughts with the class, and before you subscribe, make sure you know what you're doing, because it ain't easy being at the top. We'll see you guys next time.